Welcome back to another episode of Day to Day with Daydream. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host. I am a young entrepreneur, and my job here is to challenge your belief systems. And before I get into what we're going to talk about today, I want to make sure that you fact check everything that we say and do your own research. Never take or assume what I say as facts. Make sure you always double back and you research on your own, because also that's how you learn. I have Mbuge and I have Ron here with me today and a special guest, Jason. And today we're going to dive into it. How y'all feeling today? Sensational.
Hey, I love it. Feeling amazing.
Mate.
Feeling blessed. Highly favored.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but it was a hot commute over here.
Not lying.
Man,
Traffic everywhere.
I think it was so hot when I got into the car, my Bluetooth wouldn't connect.
Nah, bro. I think it was so hot that when I stepped out, I instantly started dripping from my forehead.
That's that humidity in Texas ain't nothing to play with. I think I'm gonna be biased. I think we got the worst heat on the planet.
On the planet.
I don't know about that one.
On the planet, man.
Hey, Mbuge, I started thinking, I was like,
I know that overseas. So
overseas, that's worse,
there's
boy.
no water by you or something. It's just straight sand.
Straight sand, no water, boy.
Wake up, 100
None at
degrees.
all.
Go to sleep. It's 100 degrees.
Drinking water out the box from the heat.
How do y'all feel about society today, man? Like, how does society affect y'all on a day-to-day basis?
I feel like it all depends, and I definitely feel like it's all subjective, because I've had to get to a place in my life where it really wouldn't matter what is going on around me. I have to be the one to control my circumstances. So I'm not worried about anything else society is doing, because right now I have to get my bag.
You gotta get your bag.
I gotta change myself, and I gotta change my circumstances.
Okay.
It's like I don't have, how much time do I really have to be worrying about everyone else?
Okay.
To any given circumstance. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess the important question is, when you get your bag, what you gonna do with it?
Invest. No, but I
Invest?
mean, but of course, like seriously, I feel like the whole thing is that as you're looking to necessarily earn money, the biggest thing that I can think about is what is next. Because the thing is, you can use your earned capital to then go and do X, Y, and Z, right? And it all depends on whatever you've informed yourself with, or what type of information you've maybe armed yourself with to then go out and invest into society, because there are multiple and many different asset classes people can get into.
Capital.
Yeah, so
That's a
the
big
capital,
word.
exactly. So the money that you're gaining, it doesn't
Big
matter
word.
if it's active or it's passive, but more than likely it's maybe active in the beginning, right? You're actually going out there and putting time and effort to earn it. What do you then do with
Okay.
it afterwards? Yeah.
Afterwards, okay. I think in order to really get capital, you have to understand it. You have to understand where money comes from. Okay.
That's interesting though, because then I would say maybe how much capital.
Yeah.
Because the
How
thing
much
is, like,
capital
some
do you
people-
need to actually do what you want, or like invest in what you want?
Right, and that too, but it's also like some people may not understand money at all, but they're able to earn
Yeah.
100K per year. And that to me is even, it's like, wow. Because that's the reality of it. Some people just know that, hey, I acquired a certain skill or a certain degree, and I've earned a certain amount of money. Whatever they choose to do with it afterwards, it doesn't matter.
That's true. But okay, so now while you saying that, so let's just say, you're an entrepreneur and all that. How much capital would you think you need to actually go out and invest on what you want?
I would say there's never enough, because my job as an entrepreneur is to solve other people's issues while they're asleep and while I'm asleep.
Okay.
So I would need a substantial amount, and in order for me to get that much money, I would have to understand how it works. I would have to understand where debt comes from. I would have to understand how money works and how money is created, and use that to my advantage to acquire a lot of money. So when people are making 100K a month, I believe they understand it to a substantial amount, rather than if they wanted to disclose that or not, because you're gonna have to know how to make. You're gonna have to know something to be pulling in 100K a month.
Nah, yeah.
You know some secret that
some
people
type
don't
of
know.
plan or something.
Yeah. So Jason, I got a question for you, man. Can you tell me? Can you tell me where money comes from?
Well, the purpose of y'all understanding money, I really don't want to.
It's okay.
I don't want to go.
We
into it.
gotta educate the people.
So money in itself is, I would say, it's a system, a thing to control people.
Okay.
It's not an actual
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real at all. So when y'all looking at how you go out and get the bag, okay, I'll give you a prime example for me. I make last year in my business I made 40K. This year I made 120K. So money is like it's coming to me. But when you look at money, it's not what you think it is. It's just a tool.
A tool, an instrument.
An instrument. So when you get the money, your next thing that you want to do is go to credit.
Credit.
Because when you going to go to the next level, you're trying to, whatever this imaginary thing that's in your bank, you want to keep it there as leverage.
Correct.
Everything that you think of, what you think of debt and credit is totally the opposite. Because when you look at debt, what is debt? You're losing. You're always losing. So when you have a card in your pocket that you got from a bank, it's called a debit card.
Right.
Every time you use that card, you lose money.
Money.
You lose money. Then they give you something when you get a certain amount or you go into credit.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you brought that up? I'm gonna ask you a question. I want to get your answers on this. If I gave you $1 million and you had to double it before the month ends, what would you do with it?
Ooh, if I had $1 million.
And if you didn't double it, you got to give it back. So you have to turn 1 million into 2.
Into 2 by the end, in 30 days.
In 30 days at the beginning of the month. If you don't, then I take my money back. What would you do?
What? Honestly.
Hold on, you go, because I'm thinking for real.
Look, you have to wipe your forehead. For that one, I think for me, I would have to go into what I understand.
Okay.
So for me, it'd probably be real estate.
Real estate.
Because it's not, I don't think, like, if you're talking about to make $1 million, he said I have to turn $1 million to $2 million.
Because
depends on the residential. It's not going to be a single family.
Yeah, I like how you said that. I would have to go back to what I understand.
Because the thing is, because
this episode is going to show us what we understand is a lie.
It's a lie?
It's a lie.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, we finna get into it. But would you? How would you double it?
How would I double it?
Because he just said it. But how would you double it?
I see what you're saying. I mean, I think so I was more so thinking. Now I know the answer, but however, I was going to what I understood.
Right.
Because then you're right. Because there's different ways, of course, you can go get the money and say, if I have 500K, I'll give you X, Y, Z to then look to double it or give me, something of excess, right? Because now I've given you a hard line or it's shown that I have money. But I think that I was saying, okay, I'll go back to what I understand because I'm not going to look to say, oh, I have capital now. Let me go to something I don't know. Because people do that all the time. We'll say Bitcoin or anything dealing with cryptocurrency. You're dealing in things that you don't know or you have not studied. It's not said that you can't invest into it, but you have to. I would suggest to understand what it is that you're looking to invest into, so that then, regardless if it goes up or down, you at least have enough risk tolerance to keep on pushing forward.
Okay, so what would you invest into?
For me, it'd still be real estate.
Real estate. What about you?
I was gonna go. I was on top of my head as soon as you said it, like real estate. But it won't, like he said, it won't be a single family.
Okay, so you do real estate. How long would it take you to get your ROI on real estate?
How long would it take me?
Yeah, if you was to let's just build a property. Y'all in real estate now.
Yeah.
If you was to build a property, or if you was to put the money into a home, how long do you think it'd take to flip that 1 million to 2? And then once y'all have the answer, I want you to ask me what I would do.
Well, for me, for what I know about real estate, it probably won't be. Well, because I'm not doing single family homes, so it probably would be 30 days.
It can be single family homes. It can be quadplexes. It can be duplexes.
Oh no, we doing apartments.
Apartments.
Yeah.
Okay, apartment. So you would do an apartment.
Yeah, I would do it apartments.
Okay.
Because there's more money and more people.
Okay. How long do you think it'd take to buy an apartment complex, if not build it? You think it'd take more than a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would.
You're not gonna build it from scratch. So he said apartment complexes. I'm actually looking more so into commercial.
Commercial.
So I would look into commercial real estate.
So would you buy commercial real estate, or would you build it from the ground up?
I'd buy it.
You'd buy it. How long? You
Purchase it.
think it'd take a month to buy commercial real estate?
It's gonna take longer. The transaction itself
Will take longer.
You know,
because it's a
30
large
days.
transaction.
Then it'll take longer than 30.
Cool. So
that's fair.
So in theory, you won't be able to flip 1 million to 2 million with real estate, right?
In 30 days.
That's basically,
In 30
yeah,
days.
basically,
In
yeah.
30 days.
So ask me what I would do. Go ahead.
I want to answer him because I want y'all to know the answer to what he just said. So when you actually go into purchasing commercial real estate, it's going to be from a 90-day to a whole year.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So I know what Daydream's finna say because we
Yeah.
So now
So
I want y'all to get ready for this because it's the type of stuff when he say this, I'm finna go in. So go ahead, tell him.
the quickest way, to double this is to take the money you have and take it to the bank and double it and ask for what you can do is you can go to the bank and you can ask them for a secure loan of $1 million and double it. So now you have $2 million, right? So you have $2 million now, and that's the quickest way to take $1 million to $2 million because the bank is going to leverage the money that you already have. So now you have $2 million instead of $1 million, and then now you either repeat the process or you go buy more assets and use those as what? Collateral.
Yeah.
Now, he just went on the small end of this.
Yeah.
So if I was him, I would go straight to the SBA 7 loan.
Okay, SBA 7.
What's
And
that?
the-
I wasn't gonna get into that yet.
I'm
But
going deep because
okay.
so
you trying to turn $1 million to $5 million.
I'm trying to turn 1 million
To
into
7, 5 to
5
7.
million. Because
Yeah.
see, what y'all don't know is that when you get into your business bag and you have LLC and all these things and you qualify the proper way, every person in the United States of America through the SBA 7 loan is promised $5 million.
Promise?
We just have to, yes.
Excuse me?
We just have to
He put him on
have,
game today.
Nah, for real, because I got me a LLC. Don't play with me.
But in
You
order to
got the
get
million. You got the million.
you have to have the money to access it.
Okay, talk to me now.
or collateral,
Yeah.
SBA 7 loves real estate.
Okay.
And you can use that loan to invest in real estate. Now, what you were saying, like getting an apartment complex built, and he's saying getting a commercial estate built, these are things that, I have a mentorship with my partner, Mr. Richard, but we teach you how to really purchase existing businesses. So instead of you going out and going and getting a commercial, you go and find somebody that's wanting to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go onto Facebook Marketplace. You can go look. They have entire small little
Mobile
town-
homes?
No, like a little town
Uh-huh.
for sale for like $1.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So when you purchase that, you got your loan, you got your collateral from the bank. Boom, you got that instantly the next month. Money into your account.
Right.
So you won't be losing out on anything. So the way that we look at banks and we look at currencies, you got to understand a bank is we'll start getting into this law because you got to think what a bank is when you're going into physical terms, a bank, a river bank.
Right.
Then what is stopping going into the river bank? Currency, water flowing. So we always have to have some kind of flow. So when we get into thinking of money terms, we always get miseducated because we're not taught finance or financials in school. We're not taught to build our credit. We're not taught to leverage the bank's money. We're taught mattress money terms. I'm going to save.
I feel like educational wise, the only way you will learn about like business and stuff like that is if you get to the college point and you like major in business management, honestly. Or so.
You still wouldn't learn. You still wouldn't learn that much. They're gonna teach you the basics.
Yeah,
They're gonna teach you the very
the
basics.
best.
I mean, I went to school and got my associates in business.
Right.
But it's only gonna get so serious. Like they may teach you, even if they taught you the terms, but didn't teach you what to do with it. You still kind of.
So they're not gonna teach you like how to do your own business or nothing like that or anything.
Not really. I mean, I
They're
can show
gonna-
anybody how to start an LLC.
No,
they're
I
gonna
mean,
teach you.
like-
They're gonna teach you terminology.
Yes.
You're gonna have to go in order to learn. You're gonna have to do what I'm doing, what he's doing. You're gonna have to get out there and talk to these agents.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get out there and fail. The best way, man, is to get out there and when you're talking to these agents and stuff like that, is to learn their vocabulary, Google everything, go out there, look at the properties. You got to be in the field.
Right.
That is the best way to get experience.
Right.
Okay.
That's one of the best ways.
That's
I mean,
one-
because
yeah.
of course people pay for information, but something that I'm also big on too is that, like, I feel as if it's also something to say that let us not say that's the only way to make money, right? This is just maybe the route that you're choosing to pursue and that you can leverage. But of course, as we all understand, it's how many other ways can we make money, or how many other ways can we all look to specialize in things that we're good at? I'm not saying like not to do it. I'm just saying that there's other ways, of course, that people are able
When you say other ways of making money,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Like for me, as I said, I look to specialize in real estate.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And that's like because as you're saying, okay, you look to go buy a business. It's
Okay.
not. It's not. It's
Oh.
not light. Like you know what I'm saying in that
I
regard.
see what
that
you're
it's-
saying.
it's
You're
not-
saying there's different industries to
there's-
make money in.
Of course, 100%, 100%.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have that, but like, honestly, I think real estate personally is that's the end of the line because I can't get into real estate with no money.
That's not true. You know that's not true. That's not true.
No, I actually answer that question for me. Like, you can get into real estate with no money.
Like so, okay. Now it depends. Though. Are you talking about actually owning the property? Or are you talking?
You're
about,
gonna need
are you
two
talking about- Are you
things
talking
in
about
real
owning the
estate.
property? Or are you talking about making money in real estate?
I'm talking about both because if you don't got
Okay.
credit or money, how are you gonna get the
How
property?
you gonna get the property?
It's well, you can be the middleman.
Bingo. That's what it
Agent,
is.
like an
Wholesale?
agent,
That's what-
wholesale.
Even people who wholesale, but even people who wholesale, but also being a realtor is how I'm playing the middleman.
Right.
Yeah.
To say I'm facilitating
So
the
they,
deal.
basically, you're
So-
just getting hired to find someone a property, or you
Well-
finding someone
well,
a tenant.
You're not. Well, I don't. You can say hired, but the thing is, I'm not on like retainer. Some agents
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, yeah,
However, I'm getting paid a percentage based off the deal closing. So to
Right.
say that, how can I make $1 million without actually having $1 million? Is that all I do is it's not even all you do, but say I find this commercial property.
Right.
I say I run the numbers on it based off the cap rate or based off the vacancy rates. Because after I ain't gonna lie, after I watched The Banker, I got inspired, boy.
Yeah.
I said bet. I said bet. It's not to say these commercial buildings are not out there, but if I'm the one running the numbers and understand how much you can purchase the property for and what it's going to be able to generate maybe 2 or 3 years, I say, look, I just need a buyer who has. It could even honestly, it could be say 10 million. It could be the building could cost 5 million, and I'm getting a percentage of that deal closing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
He's,
I think you're missing. I think you're just missing a major step with that. In order to be the middleman, you have to have your license. How long is that going to take?
no, you don't.
And no, you don't.
No, you don't
So-
need. You
so
don't
both
need
of it,
license.
so it's both. You don't because you don't need your license, or you can get your license. Depends on
Wait,
the
so
person.
you don't need a license to sell a home?
He's
no, you don't.
No.
It's like saying, do you need a license to sell a pencil?
Yeah, he's using a term
like
that they
that.
call like bird dogging. So
Yeah.
in a sense of real estate, they'll have some people that just go out find distressed properties. They'll renovate them and then they'll put them on market for them to be sold. Once they're sold, whatever they have, they'll get their cut of that.
And for example, even what you're saying is like so for sale by owners. Most for sale by owners do not, more that I understand, don't have a real estate license,
Right.
but they're able to sell their own house.
Yeah.
Now on the
But that's-
back end, if you're saying about for people purchasing a property, that's why everyone is like, how do I get into wholesaling real estate? That's why, because you're able to find the the legwork you did was to find the property, and all you did was get a real estate contract. That you held the contract and then essentially exchanged it based off of that seller being willing to give you that property or sell the property for a certain price. You just went and found the buyer,
Right.
and then all you did was hold the contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
From what I
so yeah,
understand.
I understand what that is, but like you don't have to have a real estate license to sell your properties. No, but
Okay.
if you're selling somebody else's properties to be under a brokerage, you don't need a real estate license.
No, you don't.
To be under, well, if you're saying to be under a broker, that I guess
To
that's
sell
under-
somebody, so you're telling me
So-
you telling me you can find a house in the market, no license can find a house in the market,
Okay.
and then if I'm looking for that house,
From my understanding, no, you don't need a license to sell anything.
So this is like a lady taught me this. Her name's Brittany Wright. She taught me this whole thing with inside of real estate because she did this. She literally does this. So when you're looking for these properties like trailer homes and things like this that are distressed,
Yep, distressed
these
properties.
people, they're in these homes or they don't
Yeah.
want them anymore and they want
Tax
to get
liens
rid
and
of
all.
them. Tax liens, all that stuff. So they want to get rid of them.
Yep.
To repair, all you got to do, you don't even have to repair it, but you just find somebody, a buyer, because they're always looking for properties.
They want their portfolio to be more. They want they want
So-
more units under their belt.
so these houses that's off the MLS or on the MLS, because I said
more than likely,
distress.
so more than likely, when we do say distress or mention distress, they are off the market. They're not on the market, and
So that's
why,
so that's okay. So
that's why it's so deep because say even in the city of Houston, people have
I
you're
get
more
what
than
you're
likely have to
saying.
physically drive around.
Because
and
You get what I'm
find-
saying? 'Cause
I
if
get what
you-
you're saying because we can't. If we don't have our license, we can't see that. But like you have your license, right?
Yeah, to go on that.
You
MLS,
can see that.
Yeah.
You can
exactly.
see.
So that's what
we
I'm
can't
saying.
see those properties if we want.
Yeah, I
like
won't
MLS.
need. I won't need to buy properties from an agent if they distressed
Yeah.
or if they're foreclosure or if they have liens on them.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to get a property on the MLS,
Yeah.
you need to be a licensed agent.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
So now because you're dabbling, there is some gray water in that though.
Yeah.
For me to have MLS access, for me to just say, hey, I want to find a property that's $300K and I can do it on my phone, I need it to be licensed. Yeah. Yes, but it's the same thing. You can go to Zillow. You can go to Trulia. You can go to Zillow. You can go to all these places.
True Homes,
True Homes. You can go to so many different servers and then look for the actual
tax
houses.
liens, properties.
Right.
Well,
They're there. It's just that you gotta take the time to
You can find you can find a property, and then you will have to, in order to buy it, you will have to go to an agent. If it's
no. You can purchase. You can represent yourself. The only reason that I as a realtor get hired is because I'm saying I'm representing my client.
Yep.
That's the only reason I get paid a percentage. So with this, it's not to say people cannot do it, but it's hard work because currently, from what I understand, there's over 50,000 realtors in the city of Houston.
Yes.
So in order for you to be the best or
Wait
make
a
money,
minute.
I'm dead serious. I'm so serious. You think when people talk about leads, it's because they say, my uncle got a license. Oh, my aunt got a license. So what does that mean? I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I'm dead serious, bro.
Over how many?
Over 50,000 licensed agents.
It's like,
but a lot of them, right? Real talk, part time.
That makes me like not even want to like jump into because I feel like now that it's so many licensed realtors and all that stuff and investors in the state of Texas itself. It's like, dang, it's a dog world out here.
There's still money to be made out here, bro.
That's true. We do have a lot of land,
bro. I'm telling you, not even aside from the land, but the reality is, in order to just make the money in real estate, you got to be the best.
Yeah.
In my opinion, or at least from a realtor standpoint, you got to be the best because there's competition everywhere. It is what it is. It's like any other business.
That's true. You right.
That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Spit it out, man.
Bro, I'm telling you,
bro.
I'm telling you. That's why I keep saying these last 5 years are personal, only because the next 5 years, of course, are personal because of everything that has to be built. From,
you about to get work.
I'm about to give the work. I'm about to give the work.
Yeah. Hey, my man in Boogay is giving work out here.
So I'm gonna put you on game. So when you're looking, you need to look at an app called PropStream.
I heard of that.
Yeah, I heard.
It's
like
$100 when you skip to the. I need to.
Okay, there's one that's called Flipster too.
Yeah, so this gives you all the access to what the realtors do as well.
Yeah,
they give you the same access as they.
Don't it give you it gives you the same access as the realtors plus more like it tells you if it has crime rate and all that stuff in there too?
It tells you the crime rate. It tells you their name, their address, their telephone number, and their email.
The only thing is, the biggest thing though, right, is you're saying you just got to be cold on the phones because now you got to be able to.
Now you got to talk.
Okay,
you got to know how to talk.
You know what? That brings us to my next point. You know what a CRA is? A consumer report.
Yeah, you talking about for when people look to. I've heard of it. Yeah, you talking about when people get a hard pull on their credit.
When they get their credit pulled,
yeah.
So you're able to see credit reports.
If I'm representing it, wait a second.
Hold up.
If someone I'm gonna get into something real fast, because hold on.
No, I mean, because the thing is, it's different.
He said, give me a minute.
If it's different than saying, okay, I'm representing my client, and we say, hey, the landlord, oh yeah, no, I gotta get into the because this ain't gonna fall on me now.
We going to jail today.
Relax.
Yeah,
but for real though, right? Is that it's based off of my client, looking to get the hard pull, and they're saying that I'm representing the buyer.
Okay.
And I see their credit report after the fact, to say what's their credit looking like, just so that I can say, okay, my credit has like a 650 or 660 or 700.
Is that the only thing on the credit report? Is the credit score, or do you see a lot more on that?
Well, it's gonna be everything.
It's gonna be everything.
It's gonna be everything.
Do you think? Because I know what's on there. Do you think that all of that should be on a CRA report?
I think that's a fair question.
Because I think I think you should tell people that because you're in real estate. If somebody from the pool, first of all,
they can see everything.
They need to know what's on it because I guarantee you, people don't know what's on a CRA.
When you look at it, I mean, because
I sure don't know what's on the CRA.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time when you get a hard pull, though, don't they actually send? From what I understand, they send the document to your house. Every time you get a hard pull from certain organizations, not every time, but
no, they're gonna give you what you'll get if you have a credit monitoring system. You're gonna get an alert to the inquiry,
a
notification. But you're not gonna get.
You're not gonna get a letter in the mail saying that we pulled it and all that stuff. And this is what we saw. You ain't gonna get that. I never got it.
Do you wait? Do they have adverse actions too? If you got denied for something, did they tell you why?
They do. They're
That's
supposed to
what
tell
they
you
say.
why.
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, let's get into that real fast because
I know Navy
the
Federal does
FCRA is supposed to regulate the CRA. Okay? And if you can see what's on the CRA, then I think that honestly, I think that should be quite frankly illegal for some of the stuff to some of the stuff that's on there. And I wrote some stuff down. I don't have it in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to talk about what's on the CRA or no?
That I'm not sure actually. I wouldn't know.
Like,
No.
because you're not talking about a
No
specific
way.
person. Because
No way.
if you
Because
don't-
it's private I would say it's private information.
Yeah,
If you're
it's
saying-
private
'cause if you're saying
information,
that-
but-
if you're saying everything is on there, I would instantly be like, okay, if you're saying everything's on it, that means any student loan they got, any car note they have, any like
That's their
credit
business.
lines they have. That's a lot for say
their
somebody who is say you're looking to get a loan at a car place, and now they know everything. That's a lot.
Yeah, so and your employers actually can see that too.
Well, that's actually real talk.
That's
why
shit.
sometimes people talk about this all the time in the military. Why it's hard for some people to get promoted is because they're able to see your credit report to an extent.
Hold
So if your-
on.
so if your credit-
So I've
if
been
your
sitting
credit-
at the same rank.
I don't.
Hold up.
Oh,
Bro, they
hey.
can see
No, 'cause real
general
talk,
they can see
they can see
your general reputation. They can see
I did not know
your
that.
they
I'm
can
so serious. I learned that from one of my sergeants. He told me, he's like, look, did you know? Because he was like, when people's like personal life is messed up, your credit and everything
yeah.
is messed up. In the military, they're like, why would I promote you and give you more responsibility? You're not even able to take care of your own responsibilities in your household on your credit.
so
that should be
basically-
that should be illegal.
No, real talk though. But
Because
real
there's
talk.
a lot of people. No, I'm telling you. Like,
And
I
that's
say
the
that's
thing.
illegal. I feel as though it should be illegal because I have battles.
That be sitting at the same
they're
rank
sitting at the rank. They be sitting at like
Years.
E4s for like 7-8 years.
for years, and
Like
then
they
you messing up your
personal
money.
life is different.
You're messing up your money,
And then they-
especially if you're active duty.
You know what I'm saying? And then they preach, the higher ups preach about, military life is different from personal life. So if it's different, but y'all bringing our personal life, which is kind of like
Bingo.
holding us back from going up.
And that is
Going
a
up.
lawsuit. But see, people don't know what's being pulled on their CRA. That is a lawsuit because you're supposed to get an adverse action on why you've been denied in the first
Every
place.
time.
That's why Navy Federal, they serious with it. I mean, they're sending you
Oh,
something.
Navy
They
Federal
let you
gonna let you know.
'Cause they like,
I
you
got
sue
like
me.
but
You're not
tons
gonna
of
sue me.
letters.
But you
You're not
see,
gonna sue me.
it's crazy the amount that's on there. I know for a fact your general reputation is on there. Your credit is on there. Your whatever's on your record is on there. And
That's why it's like, real talk actually, not to cut you off with that, but it's like, that's why even when people looking to rent anything, when people say, hey, we're going to have to do a background check, credit check, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
you are to make sure your stuff is in order because are you going to look to get mad at the landlord because the landlord said, oh, I don't want you to live here.
So
but they can see everything on your credit report or your background check.
personally, if that happened to me, because I know and I've been studying this, I'm filing that lawsuit ASAP.
Yes.
As soon as I don't get that adverse action, I'm filing that lawsuit ASAP, and you're gonna lose every single time.
Yes.
You're gonna lose every single time because you should not be regulated. That, and by definition, your CRA is, as long as you have that, is slavery because you can't do anything, and that should be illegal, bro. That should. And first of all, in order for you to have one, they had to pull or give you some kind of debt or credit in the first place. Your social security number, right?
Yeah.
And your social security number is your original credit card. So if you got a credit score, if you have a credit score, you can look on a credit card, you got a credit score, you have some already established credit. Who pulled your CRA report? Because if they did, you didn't give them permission. So who am I finna file this lawsuit to?
So this is the thing, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad he.
I'm
I'm
listening. I'm like, because I'm
So-
Because it's
backed up.
gonna, man. I'm telling you, like, okay, I don't.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's
go
a
ahead.
lot when what he finna unravel to y'all, and what I'm about to unravel is a lot of stuff that y'all don't know about your credit. So you must have your credit in order. Now, what y'all talking about how they abusing y'all because of some slight differences in your credit. Now, first and foremost, when you go to the credit bureaus, now they got your name, your address, your social security, but when did they ever talk to you or get permission to put that stuff on their site? Never. The law already been broken.
Already.
Already
Wait,
been broken.
like-
So now with that too,
like let's just say if you're applying for a credit card and stuff, and they never.
How first and how did Experian get your stuff.
They're selling your information.
When?
That's fraud.
When did they call you and say, "Hey, man"? Cause I'm just finna put your stuff up here, and I'm finna.
This is actually major gems.
Like-
you know
like-
what?
like-
oh,
like,
you
hold
guys,
on, 'cause
you
I'm
guys
trying
get
to fig-
into some-
Wait,
yeah,
so
yeah,
don't,
I know exactly
wait.
what
I
you're
think you should talk about LexisNexis and Pacer and what they doing,
So,
because
like-
they're. I'm telling you, this is why you can't get ahead. This is real racism.
So-
this is what's capping you. This is because it's a structure designed to keep you where you are. This is real racism. This is not prejudice. Prejudice is like, I don't like you because your skin color, whatever. This is true racism right here. And in order to break this, you need to be studying one, consumer law, and you need to be studying supreme law, which, common law.
Yeah.
And the law of the land.
Yeah.
Right.
God's law.
God's law, and and you need to understand these court systems, which we can get into that, and what you're under, why they're allowed to do this to you in the first place, right? But we can get into that later.
Let him build, because he
Yeah.
got the question in his head, and because he frustrated.
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Because I'm like, because I'm like, okay. So you said, how did experience get to like get the part where I apply for?
No,
Credit card?
whenever did you give them permission to put anything on your credit?
Oh, put anything like on
what-
the experience, or
Yeah.
like anything.
Yeah. When did
Oh.
they do it? When did you consent to it? Because you have a
But I
credit
thought that's
score.
what like the when you read the terms and conditions and stuff, that's where the consent.
The terms
comes
and
from.
conditions of what?
Oh, you're right about that one.
Terms and conditions of what? What do you get? Because everybody tells you to go in and get like a small credit card, and then you doing all
Secured
the
credit card.
Why?
Oh, well, I was told if you start off small and to build it up. So
Well,
a
that-
secured
listen,
credit card
listen,
is where it
listen
build
to
is where
me.
it build it up.
No, secure credit cards are the first. That's the first indication of your downfall, because they taking your money and using your money to build up credit that you already have. If you want to do something, and this is a lot of people out there, they call themselves credit gurus, tell you not to do authorized user. Your parents
Facts. Bingo.
should put
Man.
you on their credit card
That's what we didn't know.
and put you as on there as an authorized user. As soon as you get 18. The next month you're gonna have a 745 credit score.
Hi. I had a battle do this. I swear, I had a battle do this. She said that somebody in my family made me an authorized user. One of my bros, somebody in my family made me an authorized user. So when they go to certain places to get a credit card, oh yeah, $20K, easy on it. That's your credit limit. But I've never had a credit card before. Well, that's your limit. Why? Your credit history is looking like 4, 5, 6 years already.
Oh, because you had
because
jumped onto somebody else stuff
Bingo.
that's already
Not
had
even
it.
jumped on. They put you on.
They put you on and they did. Dang, I should have done that.
So
you
so
didn't-
the
no,
person
but how would you have done?
how
How would you have
would
done
you
it
have known?
to yourself?
Like, what you mean to myself?
Like how? Like it's because it's information at that point. Because I told one of my friends this. I said, look, please put your son as an authorized user on your credit. That's it. That's the end of discussion. I'm not saying please. I'm saying do it. Like do it. It's that serious. And then now imagine how many other families just don't know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When y'all get that credit and you got these high credit scores, I think the most important thing you need to do at this point is immediately go get business credit.
Yeah.
Because you know who don't have access to your CRA report? The federal government.
federal government.
They cannot see what you do on your business side because you are a person. A person is an entity, not a consumer. You're a consumer. So they can regulate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if you, that's your lifeline to success. Your credit score is your lifeline to success. Without this credit, without a decent credit score, it's going to be very hard for you to get started.
So could you still do that even though you already?
It's going to be very hard because they're going to have to PG you off your personal side in order to get any funding for your business side.
No, not funding for, not like the business. I'm talking about like the authorized user stuff.
Well, it depends on what your credit looks like now.
Right.
So if you have derogatories,
Collections,
repossessions,
late payments, child support.
yeah,
It's going to show up on the person.
It's going to show up on your personal side, especially, and this is what
No, I mean
people
like
out
for
here-
the authorized user. Like if
No.
I become, it won't show up on theirs.
No, the authorized user stuff is just going for your credit utilization. So
Okay.
how you use your credit card is what they're looking at. So if you don't do something crazy with your credit card, like you should just go to a store 1 month, buy something that's $2, and put that credit card in the safe and leave it alone. and then that person's credit, leave it there for like 2 or 3 months, take it off. That person's credit's going to shoot up. You take them off of there, then they straight. So, but with the authorized user thing, you have to have a responsible person.
Right.
Because if
Facts.
you put an irresponsible person
Your
as an
credit score
authorized
gonna
user, your credit score is going to
Yeah.
mimic a mirror and tank.
Yeah, you know what you can do though? Would it really help you out on your business side? You can buy aged trade lines.
You can.
That'll help you.
You buy trade lines?
You can
Yes,
buy
one of
aged
the-
trade
one of-
lines.
one
Yeah.
of- yeah,
So-
one of- it was a matter of, I heard, he was like, he really mentioned this. What's his name? It's
They
man,
said
I
a
gotta
trade
remember
line.
his name.
I've been looking on like, you know, the business gurus like
I'm about to
TikTok's
find-
up.
He'll take care of you.
got
He'll take care of you. Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm about to find it. I was
No,
about to
they
find
said something about like nav.com.
Stop
or
it.
Got you. Never
Stop
mind.
it.
I'll be quiet.
Stop it.
Stop.
Okay, so let me tear that down real quick.
That boy tear it up.
So
Be quiet.
Duns and Bradstreet, everybody is trying to build their credit, their EIN with Duns and Bradstreet. Duns and Bradstreet is in a lawsuit for not reporting all of these net 30s, net 60s, all this stuff. So they don't really help you. 98% of all businesses or business bank accounts or banks, whatever you want to call them, they're going to pull from your personal credit. So
Thank you. That you're right. You're right. I swear, man, they be thinking I got a DUNS number now. I'm good. No.
The
So I'm not
Duns-
good, is what you're telling me.
Your
No.
personal credit got to be straight, regardless. That's why.
Regardless.
That's why it's called the Haitian CEO. The Haitian CEO. That's why he mentioned that you got to make sure your personal credit is right, regardless. Now you have different type of lines on your personal credit. It's okay, bro.
It's okay.
I'm telling you.
I'm going through it right
You
now.
got to make
No.
sure your personal credit is
No,
cool.
you
That's
ain't.
it.
No, you ain't.
Stressing.
You can always.
He
be
gonna take
safe.
care of you.
Now your personal credit is your personal credit is only a measure of the law
Right here.
that you know.
The gray hair coming is right here. I'm stressing. I'm
Nah,
stressing.
you stressing over nothing because all debt is fraud.
Fraud,
So
yeah.
yeah, don't
All
even,
dead is fine.
Yeah.
All debt is fraud.
don't even trip. Cause so
All
all
right,
the
cool,
stuff,
cool.
all the stuff that they trying to get y'all on and understand, like when you really understand that, when you go, when you
Yeah.
go into getting out of the system.
Which is maritime law.
Yeah,
Great
maritime
Escape.
law, and then, because y'all got to understand, maritime law is the law of the sea, and that when you're in the court, you in the sea, so they're able to govern over you and make mandates. These are the laws that they bring into that we vote on.
Judiciary Act 1789
So
gave Congress
Gave
the
Congress.
right to establish federal judicial systems
yes,
so that they can mandate and make these laws to keep you where you are.
to keep you. So when you are, when you
Can't
are,
keep me for too long.
let me explain this to you.
Lest
This is
you
why.
fall.
This is why you must form a business, because the business takes you out of the system of slavery. Because no matter how much you want to deal with it, if you're working for somebody else, you're a slave. You're a slave to the salary.
I
that
sure
they're
am a
paying.
slave right now.
Yeah, but see this is one thing that Adrian tapped on is racism and it's classism at the same time. They don't want a middle class; they want an upper and a lower.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
Facts. Robert Kiyosaki actually talks about that a lot.
yeah,
That's why people don't like when you say, okay, there's poor, there's middle class, and there's rich. People say, why are you saying there's poor? It's like, well, we got to keep it. We
Gotta
not
keep
say-
it a buck.
We got to keep it a bug. And it's like, and even myself, I was like, yo, if I do not do everything in my power to change my circumstances, bro, nothing is going to change.
that's a
And
fact.
so it's like when people talk about firing your job, it's like, what if you're already earn money, do everything in your power to keep on looking to open up more LLCs at the bare minimum.
I'm
at
glad
the
he said
bare
that.
minimum.
You can open an LLC every 30 days. You can open up 30 LLCs. You can keep doing a funding play for each LLC. You can get 10
Now
LLCs.
you got over $1 million.
Now you
That's-
got $1 million. But so
That's what you was saying that day. Okay.
what the thing
Because
about
I was like, how
That's the quickest way to $1 million.
how the hell am I
That's
get
the
over
quickest way to $1
$1 million
million.
in credit?
yes, but see the thing about when you're
gotta
dealing
know
with
how to-
credit,
yeah.
you got to learn how to navigate and move and liquidate.
Yeah.
You got to
And
understand
it's the
that.
liquidation part. I think that's stopping a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, to an
it's
extent. To an extent.
Well,
maybe to an extent.
I shouldn't say this,
Maybe
but
to
I'm
an
gonna
extent.
say this anyway.
Say
So
it.
if you got an LLC
Uh-huh.
and you got an invoicing system,
Okay.
you got an LLC and you got an invoicing system.
Yep.
Hey, let me purchase this watch for $50,000.
Excuse me.
I just bought I need you to send me that watch. Okay, I paid for that watch for $50,000. You get a watch back to him. Let me buy that same watch back from you for $50,000. That money that you had on your credit card goes into your account. Guess what happened to that buddy that was on your credit card? It just got liquidated.
So is that a matter of,
Liquid. Okay. I get what you're saying.
So now you
Like
took the credit
yeah.
and he gave you an invoice.
Yeah.
snap.
That's
Yeah.
Boy. Wait a second. All right.
Hey.
Cool.
He dropping some on you
Hey,
today.
'cause
I'm for real.
Bruh, how many LLCs? Don't worry about
So
it.
now
Bruh, you know,
you see this is
no,
the-
but that's peak
I
game,
just
though,
got
but
one.
it-
I ain't gonna lie, but I'm finna open a 40.
But, but it depends on how you run it, though, because what he's saying is that regardless, a lot of people can use the same information and then, I bet I'm about to rinse and repeat. But it's like, if you don't have a strategy or a plan
Yes.
on how you're going to make the money back, all you're doing is just taking
the money out.
it. And that's how you're going to stay in the system.
yeah.
I would say, because you don't know, if you don't know what to do with that then money, because
Yep.
even say, okay, now I
Because the
understand
money
about
that you,
commer-
the money
because
that
now
you
I
get,
say
you
I
gotta have to
understand-
run it. It gotta make it cash flow to.
It has to do something.
Yeah,
it,
it
can
has
make-
to do
it has to do
something.
something.
But-
It has to do
but-
something. It has to do anything at all.
Okay,
to
I
make you
mean,
a return.
move or something.
It
You
has
gotta
to-
do
money
something.
has. That's another thing, right? How many billionaires we hear talk about money has to be in constant flow.
What did I just tell
It
you
can't
about
stay
banks
still.
and
Yeah.
currency?
It has to
It
stay in
has
the
to
currency
stay
flow.
It has to
current.
keep
There
going.
It has
There you
to
go.
keep
So
moving.
so now
There you go.
I'm telling you, look,
Boy,
bro.
picking up.
Bro,
Yeah,
don't stop playing.
he
Don't
picking
stop
up
playing.
on it now.
I've been reading, bro. I've been doing this.
So
bro.
so this
I
is
ain't
the
playing.
thing. This is the thing. When you liquidate your money, you don't want to spend all of it. You want to keep
Facts.
75%.
Yeah.
The 25% that you have, you invest
Okay.
and you go bananas.
You go, but
You know what's really crazy? You know what's really crazy? So that means, so now I think the only question is then, how do you then stay away from that little gray area of commingling funds from, for say, your personal side, or you talking about it's always B2B?
It's always business to
B2B.
business.
Yeah.
Roger that.
That's why I said
Bingo.
That's why I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
you
yeah.
got
You
an
ain't lying.
LLC, he
You
got
ain't
an
lying.
LLC, he got a business, you got a business. That money that he puts in
Right.
is going to his business bank account.
right.
Facts.
Now,
it's off the it's always.
Let's
B2B.
say you do that for 3 months. Let's say you
Write
do
it
that
down.
for 3
No, it's always
months.
B2B. That's all.
Nah, like for real, I'm finna put it in my notes right now.
But you gotta know. Like it's certain notes though, because when people take notes, you taking notes to not come back to them. I take notes to like I'm
Yeah.
studying.
Yeah, studying it.
I'm
Yep,
studying.
yep.
But in
yep.
your business, you done made $150K in 3
Then you
months.
know what you go do?
Let's go apply for
Yeah,
some.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Now,
Yeah.
now that $20,000 card, they be like, "Oh, you doing?
You got transactions coming through.
Now
Raise it up.
They
Oh,
finna-
we gonna give you some more just because you know.
No,
got
first,
in-cash-
first
I
the
mean,
cards that you
transaction.
have.
No, you gotta
the
make
cards
sure.
that you have. Every 4 to 6 months, you need to ask for a credit limit increase.
Mm-hmm.
So they see those transactions going through. They're gonna shoot those cards up.
Right,
Now the cards that you go and you apply for new credit cards, they're gonna give you 150.
That's tier 2, right? Is that tier 2?
Or
Or is
lines
that,
of credit. You talking about-
corporate credit
That's
or
still
just
that's
personal?
still that's still tier 1. That's
Okay,
still the
still tier
regular
one.
card. So
Okay.
no, so he's gonna be there. Now the cards that you're gonna get 150 because you got the income in your bank account, your business bank account to show 3 months of that, and they like,
That's
oh,
cool.
you'd have made 50K 3 months. So now when you apply, 150K per credit card.
But now I do want to say, keep in mind what he just said though. He said that you're only going to, you said, keep 75% of it.
Yeah.
Only liquidate or send off 25%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're
The
doing
25%
the
is what
Well,
liquidation,
when you're
what
doing the
you invest in.
liquidation, yeah. So the
When you-
25% is what you're investing, the 75 is what you're keeping, so
Yeah.
you can keep on paying off the actual.
there you go.
Bingo.
Because
Yeah.
people, this is what people do. They
You out
get the
here,
money
yep.
and they liquidate, and then they blow the bag.
Yeah.
Nope, you keep that 75% in there because guess what?
Got to be disciplined.
You got to be disciplined, and you got to start paying that credit back.
Facts. That's why I was like, yeah, this man. That's why I want to throw that in there so people know. Like,
Yeah.
you don't think that you just liquidated this because you think that you done peeped a
just
lot of
didn't
game
do
off
it.
one video, and then you're like, I'm about to go run, but it's like, where's that money
Yeah.
going? What are you doing with it? How you
How's it
managing
going?
it?
How's it going?
How's it gonna make you a
How's it going to
return?
return back to you?
That's why That's why for me I mentioned real estate, because it's like, say for doing something like that. Oh, I can run the play.
Yeah.
But because I understand real estate, this is what we can do with the money.
Yep. But see,
Yeah.
You can make it back in 30 days.
he can make it back.
You can
Keep
make
the
it-
money in
yeah.
the community.
But
Facts.
it's so many ways for y'all to make money. Even if you look at the assets that you are smaller, a vending machine, that's $3,000 a month. A snow cone,
I done talked to my bro
Yeah.
about that for years now.
a snow cone
Man.
stand.
I was thinking about the,
$7,500 snow cones.
Not the
Snow-
vending machines, but I was thinking more so like of the ATM machines type thing.
Bro, listen, snow cones, $7,500 a month, selling ice.
She said sell flavored
Selling-
ice.
Flavored ice. So
It's ridiculous.
it's just it's so many
That's
ways.
Lambo money right there. Go put down, go buy that business.
This boy really want this Lambo.
I want that
on
Lambo.
some-
I want a few of them.
I'm just saying he can get the Lambo when he get the, but just like tiers and credit, it's tiers to cars too.
Levels to the game.
It's always levels to this game, and how you play the game is how you gonna live your life.
Right.
That's what I keep telling people. Like, you gotta understand, it's a lot of credit gurus or whatever. And bro, like I done spent almost 17 bands
There you go.
on all of their courses and information, and I've learned that they regurgitating the same information. Just like today,
Facts.
nobody will admit to getting a denial. I went to Truist Bank. I ran a Truist play because I seen some young boys out here talking about. So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and do this. Go to Truist. I got a 762 credit score. I got
Damn, 760.
almost 40,000 in my
consistent.
personal credit. I got enough money in my business account. Let's say to be noticed.
Yeah.
Still denied.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
they
Tell me
won't
about that.
they won't admit that. So I'm waiting on that letter.
Okay.
Because that adverse action is gonna hit them.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, even when I was in the chair with the lady, she was like, the only thing that would be a negative on your account would be your car, because I got a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, I already took and paid almost $20,000 to this car. Y'all can literally see that I'm paying this.
Yeah.
Consistent.
What is the reason for the denial? And you can't, because they're
And
gonna.
she didn't tell you?
No, she can't.
can't tell you?
She can't tell me.
Oh yeah, that lawsuit coming.
She can't, because see, this is the
That
thing.
lawsuit coming. I'm finna hit that bank for millions. I'm finna hit that bank for millions.
The
Because they got it.
The banks, the bankers, are not the underwriters. So I have to go to a reconsideration line.
Yeah.
So if you get denied for a credit card,
I heard about a reconsideration line.
let me go to this wallet right here, so y'all can see this garbage that I went through. These two cards,
That's a fat wallet.
yeah, and they all for the credit card.
He ain't playing around.
he pulled
He
them
is
all
not
out,
playing
all
around.
of
Ain't
them
playing
credit
with
card.
you. Ain't
These
playing
two
with you.
credit cards, I got denied for. I had to call the reconsideration line. I had to say, either
This man Bennett.
I'm gonna
You call the reconsideration line because they still hit your credit and then give you the card.
wait a minute. I'm gonna show y'all I'm gonna tell y'all something cold about American Express when I get through explaining it.
All right.
So the
Okay.
reconsideration line, they couldn't explain to me why I got denied. So I said immediately, I'm canceling all my cards. I've been with y'all almost a year. I had missed a payment. All my payments was right. I got identity theft. Y'all let somebody come in and steal $4,000 off my account, took all my points.
Oh, hell no.
I said, I'm canceling out. I hadn't done no business with you. 2 minutes later, that card was approved.
Man, boys don't be playing.
So you can't let them tell you that they can't approve you credits when Daedrian already just told y'all your Social Security is your credit card.
Yeah.
It's an extension of that. If you know you hadn't done,
How deep you want to go? Because the only reason I know about the Social Security number and how it's really fugazi. It's like it really is fugazi. It's just here. It's two reasons. One, I learned about it when I was overseas in Kuwait. It was one guy I sat down and talked to. This man knew so much information. I said, bro, what? And then also it was at DMV when I said, yeah, he has a. So I was like talking to my bro who actually just came from overseas. And I was like, yeah, he has a social security card. They're like, so that doesn't matter. He's like, he told me this. He was in DMV. He said that doesn't matter. He really just brushed it off like he didn't just drop a major gem. I was blown away. He said, what? He said it doesn't matter because he's like, why? Anybody can go get a social security card.
It is.
I said,
Yeah, they can.
What? Because why? Because when these people talk about the United States, it's a corporation.
It's a corporation. So
that's why I was like, wait a second.
So now
I said, wait a second.
This is the thing.
Business.
So when they deny you for business reasons. Whatever they gave me, whatever I was going to get approved for with that card, they still get that money.
Yeah.
The bank is so if y'all get denied for an auto loan that's for $50,000, they still get paid.
Who the
bankers?
The bankers, you still get paid.
Yeah, Navy Fed did me like that one time. I said, dang.
I actually went to Navy Fed, and I can tell you about that play too. And they denied me for an account, and why they denied me for it. But at the time, I didn't know about consumer law.
Yeah.
And they ain't never sent me no adverse action. She just told me on the phone on why she couldn't do it. She's like, I'm sorry. And I kid you not, I was like, I sent my application in, and they said fill out the application, and then call us in 5 or 10 minutes, and we can approve it on the phone. So I filled out the application, then I waited till Monday because it was Friday. So I called them on Monday. I called her on Monday. She picked up the phone, and she was like, hey, I gave her my information, I gave her my social, and she was talking to me about it. I was like, okay, best. So I said, what's the nature of your business? And I learn this play and how to talk to these people. She was like, how? She's like, so tell me about your business. Like, what do you do? I said, well,
facts, that's a big one.
She was like, and this is with Navy Federal now. Do this with any bank, period. But I was talking to her. I was like, wait, what do you do for your business? I said, well, I analyze other businesses and I buy them. She's like, what kind of business do you buy? Well, I said I buy businesses that people need. People need businesses that are in demand, so I don't have to worry about the company going under. She's like, okay, bet, give me one moment. And she put me on hold. Now, I've been talking to banks for months at this point, and this has never happened. She come back and she tell me, I don't know who she's supposed to. She come back and tell me, like, I'm sorry, we can't do business with you. I said, why not? She was like, well, in the nature of your business, we don't know how that business is going to do.
It's too high risk.
Yeah.
High risk.
So,
too high risk.
So I was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, well, say for instance, you had a car dealership. That's just a business that Navy Federal don't. That's just an industry that Navy Federal doesn't do business with. Right. And I said, okay, that makes sense, but I'm not buying a car dealership. Like I'm just buying businesses that people need, jobs that are in demand, essential workers. That would never be a problem for me. She's like, yeah, but we don't know what business that is. And I said,
so they saying basically what you buy, whatever you buy, it has to be something specific, basically.
Specific to what their bank requirements
to what
are.
their bank requires or what they actually do business with.
Yeah,
they don't do
she told me,
yeah.
and I know how they move, right? But I was just like, she told me, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to deny your application. I said, okay, bet. So I tried to reapply a week later, and my application is still there, and I can't change it. So if anybody is listening to this is what you tell the people that you do in any business. I am a consultant, and I offer professional advice. And if they ask you what kind of advice that is, just tell them something that you specialize in. I told her, because I learned this play, and I went to Bank of America and ran the same play, and I was fine. It was golden. And the lady was actually interested because she's like, well, tell me more about it. Nah. And when you're talking to these people about this, only tell them what they need to know.
Be vague.
Do not over-explain. Do not over-explain.
So, actually, now that you mentioned that, I was looking to do that for business credit. But I went to, I think it was Bank of America. So I didn't go to Amex. Exactly. I was like, man, Amex or Bank of America out here playing. But I went there and it was kind of like she asked me, okay, what is your business? She asked me the same question. It's like they all asked the same question.
Like, so why does it even matter? I'm finna bring y'all some money. Like,
right. I was like, so if I'm asking,
because y'all are all criminals anyway. So like, why does it matter what I do?
Man, and it was interesting though because I knew I was like, I'm just gonna answer what it is that you need, and so they could have given me of course could have looked to give me a secure line, but they were gonna make me, of course, the personal guarantor, and I was like, I really don't want you, hard hitting my credit.
Yeah, right.
Like, because it's like when you do certain things, like those hard hits can add up, and I was like, I really don't. But you can get them. I know that you can get them taken off, right? But I was kind of like, I really don't. Do I? Because anytime I look to go get business credit, or if I am looking to get business credit, it's always for what am I utilizing it for?
Yes.
Because I'm not just gonna go get an account and I'm like, okay, I just have the account, but now what? That was my reasoning behind when I go after the business credit too.
So I'm so glad that y'all catching on to this because it's a lot of people that just don't get it. So when you're talking about the business credit, that's like the first tier to it. I just gave y'all a play that could get y'all like 150 that actually showing y'all cash flowing. So that'll start you into the second tier, which is the lines of credit.
Facts. That's what I did. So that's what happened. I went to Bank of America. I said, let me get a line of credit. She looked at me. She looked me back in that bank account. She said, your business ain't really, I was like, I gotta. All right, I gotta.
I'm surprised.
I gotta do some things real quick.
I'm surprised she didn't pull that from your personal side though.
No.
they
Because I told her because I only have a business bank account with Bank of America.
Yeah, but see, when I talked to my advisor yesterday, when I went to Bank of America and I got an account with them, she put it in my cart to get the funding. Like I'm like,
She did the same thing for me too.
so
And
I was like, I ain't gonna do it yet. But she
Yeah,
was like,
that's
we're
the
gonna
same
go
way.
off your personal credit. So because she was like, why would you have money in your account? You just started your business. That's why I want you to do it now.
So, and that's true. She did tell me that too. And to be honest, it
But
was
I
because
thought if you put the money in your business account, put money in a business account is basically you building relationships with the bank.
Yeah, but so what you can do too to show cash flow is to take money out your personal and cycle it to your business and take it back out. That's one thing. It depends how much money you already got, but I mean that's one way you can do it. I think it's another way that you can do it too, but you got to get the credit cards first.
Okay.
and I mean they're willing to give.
But
it,
you
like,
won't-
There are secure credit
Some
cards
places you
or-
won't you need to open up the business account and have transactions in there first before you get the credit.
I think you just
The
let
lines
the
of
money
credit
sit
first,
there.
right?
Every
It depends on the
That's
bank.
what I'm saying though. Let
depends
the
on
money
the bank.
sit.
Because
Okay.
the bank is gonna go off your personal credit. You're not supposed to have any money. You just started.
Yeah.
And what if I needed a card? That's why Bank of America was like, we can help you with the auto loan, even if you don't even have money in your account, because we're gonna go off your personal side. That's why I like Bank of America, because so far they've been treating me right. But as far as like
They haven't
Chase,
treated me bad either. Chase on the other, even on the
Chase,
personal
I would
side,
stay away from Chase
even on the personal
personally.
side, I said, bro, y'all.
Let me tell you something, Chase.
Well,
I stayed away
see-
from Chase even at a personal bank.
Okay,
They charge you to be broke. I want you to know that. They say, "Oh, you got $0, $38 insufficient funds fee." I say, "Damn, they
do
charge
that.
you to be broke. It costs to be broke. I thought it was free. I ain't gonna lie. It's a bill that has to be done when you're broke. Like with Chase, it's a bill.
well, it's levels to Chase Bank.
that too, because they're not mad about giving money.
You gotta have money though. You gotta have money.
Yeah, that's for rich people. I'm not there.
not
No,
necessarily.
it ain't necessarily
I
for
guess
rich people. It's just to, okay, so if you get in a personal account with Chase and you got your personal, you got a business. Let's say you got 20,000 in your business account. Take 10, put it into your Chase personal account. Let it sit for 2 to 3 weeks. Chase is gonna offer you all 3 of their credit cards. Accept all 3 offers. You got 3 cards from Chase.
Yeah, but like if you don't got that kind of money, because I was talking to them people and they was like, oh, we need $2,000 to open the account.
That's not
It's
on your
$2,000.
But that's not on your business.
that's
side.
my business side.
But see, this is what I'm just talking on a personal side.
Oh,
Yeah, he said personal level.
I'm
Okay,
saying
I was
personal.
finna say
So-
The
'cause-
side that I was talking about when they charged me to be broke. That's
So yeah, you take
saying
something
that.
from your business and put on your personal.
I wish
so
I
now
had the screenshots.
with Chase is JP Morgan and Chase, the number 1 bank, got the most money of all banks. So
yeah, been around the longest.
been around the longest.
And they also, I think, honestly, speaking of these people, I think these people are definitely drug dealers. 'cause
He said he
no,
Yeah, yeah,
I
relax.
don't know what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
relax.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, he didn't say that at all.
He didn't say that.
Relax.
Relax.
Calm down.
No, I
It's
said
not
it.
true.
Calm
I
down.
said it. His boat got seized with how much?
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars with the narcotics.
To be honest,
How is he still in business?
Hey.
But Michael Vick can get arrested
Hey,
for
but
not
look-
being at home.
listen to me. I don't know him. I'm just
saying.
here
Nah,
so I won't get
I'm
fired.
gonna make sure I tag all y'all in this video.
No, don't tag me. Don't tag me. Matter of fact, don't even. Nah.
So the
we all go to Supermax.
It's guilty by association.
yeah.
Don't know him.
It's
I've
honest-
never met him in my life. This is my
honestly,
first time.
But honestly, though, like
Yeah,
real
if they're guilty
talk,
by association, JP
But-
Morgan definitely need to be in prison. Yeah, they need to be all of them.
But I think it's how. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. It's how they built the infrastructure of what it is that they have going on. How many times and how many people? Let's not even J.P. Morgan. That's okay. Donald Trump. How many people they built up the lie to say that Donald Trump he's going bankrupt again. That man will play the game time and time again and at least tell you the truth. At least tell you the truth.
Hey, that's one thing.
He said, how can they say that I'm going bankrupt? Okay, it's still Trump Towers.
Yeah. But
From,
see,
from what I understand, but that's how they play the game because when we start talking about trust,
Because he know how to use a fractional reserve lending system. I think that's what
Yeah.
he call it. He know how to use it. You know
a
what I'm saying? 'Cause,
businessman.
like, look, if I go borrow 100,000 and I don't pay it back, I got a problem.
Yeah.
If I borrow 100 million, we got a problem.
I like
We
that.
got a
no,
problem.
But it's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, even I think it was like one of his books that I'm currently going through right now. It's like Think Like a Billionaire or something like that. And he's just dropping just gems. He's like, this type of music I like. This is why I put the best furniture in my buildings. And, like, I'm so serious. It's someone else narrating the book as expected. He's not gonna do it, but he's saying, like, but he's dropping all these gems. And this is why, real talk. If we're talking about money, aside from even credit, let's just start. If every single person who was to watch this video started studying billionaires, I think we'd be more financially literate.
That's the okay.
Let's forget about how I feel about Mans. He's a billionaire.
Okay, so
I think
Billionaire.
let me
me
tell
personally,
you that personally, you already have access to millions. You just don't know how to get to it.
Are you talking
Bingo.
about your
Social.
talking about
Yeah, I'm talking about your social security
Security.
because,
social security? Oh, I was talking about your straw man.
that's the same with
Same.
okay, so his birth certificate and his straw man and all of that is connected
We got
because
both.
we're being traded on the stock market.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So
Why do you think? Man, I'm telling you, I had this same conversation a year ago. I'm telling you, and it's so wild how people like learn information. I asked,
We all going to jail?
Nah, ain't nobody going to no jail. He said, I asked him, I said, bro, how do you know so much information? He said, bro, I just been connecting with the right people and just studying. Damn near is what it was.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was, he's saying that, why do you think? He said, first of all, he's like, the United States is a corporation.
Yes.
Then this, you know, I'm reciting a story.
So are you saying
that I
you say
had.
it's a country or is it a corporation?
it's a
corporation.
It's a
That's what he said.
corporation.
So it's not it's not a country. It's a corporation. That's what you're saying.
well. I'll tell you,
Business.
It's a business. So it's not a country.
We dealing
So-
with business.
So-
So it's not a country.
so let me put let me
Say it to him.
Nah.
It's the United States. It's the
I
United
was-
States a country.
I was
trying
having
to
a
send somebody to
conversation.
jail.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
he trying to take somebody to jail with him, and it ain't
No,
gonna,
but
it ain't
this
gonna
is-
be me.
this is
I
knowledge
just know
that's
that.
all-
No, this is knowledge that is public.
It's public
We just
knowledge.
don't know.
It's all on the
We just don't
internet.
know.
It's everywhere. It just people don't know that the United States is a corporation. That it's
Real
just
talk.
it is what
No,
it
real
is.
Because why do you think, like, no, I don't want to cut you off.
Well, it is. Like I said, it is what it is. It's just okay for them to be able to tax us, which is ridiculous. Especially us as black people. Okay, this is the type of stuff that bothers me. We built this country, then and then I tapped in when y'all said that. Now we going in, and we're paying a debt back that we didn't take out on the country's behalf.
You know what's crazy?
With the trillions and trillions.
That's
of
But you
what
know
was
why
back
they're
of
able to
my
tax
head
us
this
though?
whole
You know why
time.
they're able to tax us? Because we're at times of war.
Always.
That's why. Did you know that the flag we're flying now is America's battle flag? You knew that?
No.
Yeah. So
Why
yeah,
do you
there's a
think
peace. There's a peace flag
Actually-
and there's a battle flag.
Yeah.
That's why they put that on.
Why do you
your
think? Why do you think they put
BDUs.
it? They put it on the uniform.
No.
It's a
And
battle
that's why it's always
flag.
on the right.
We're always
Yeah.
at times.
The
of war.
United States
So-
flag is a battle flag, and there's a peace flag. Which
The
is
one that
the-
no, it's inverted. Now that the peace flag only flown for 13 years from I think it was from 17. It was from 1775 to 1789, I think. It only, I think something like that. It was only flown for 13 years. Once they enacted the Judicial Act of 1789, that's when the flag switched and it went back to the American battle flag, and that's when taxes came back.
And that's why.
And we've been under taxes ever since. But that just goes to show, and that law is British. It's British law. So it makes me wonder if Britain funded both sides. If we get to it, if Britain funded both sides of that war,
Yeah.
Yes.
But see, this is the
Because-
now, this is where you get the ownership of the corporation of America, because America is owned by Great Britain.
yeah, it is indeed. Because like you leave the country, you think about it. All of this is over taxes. I don't want to be taxed. Oh, this is that. I want more rights. I want more rights.
We
and
speak-
then you do it. And then you do it again. 13 years later, like you
We
put the
speak
country.
English. This is not England.
you know what? Actually, in real talk,
Top of the
there's a quote. There's a quote that my uncle has hung up in the house, and it's like, the quote goes like this: when it was kind of like when they first arrived to the land, we had the land and they had the Bible. And then when we closed our eyes, they had the land and we had the Bible.
Because you need something
To keep
a smoke screen. Just like right now you see the battle of the sexes going on. We got way more stuff to worry about.
What's going on.
Than this
That's
nonsense.
why I said I'm not worried about what's going on around society. I'm worried about what I have in my personal life.
But listen, I still want a woman though. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but
It ain't.
No, but a good one. I mean, but you know what I'm saying.
But I'm gonna touch on that. You have to be very. You have to be selective.
Jesus.
And that's key too. I'd rather stay single than for me to be choosing people that are taking away.
I know you
from
ain't talking.
everything I got going on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. I'd rather stay single than for me to entertain relationships that are not serving the things that I'm actually striving for.
Yeah. Brother Nuri Muhammad said this: you can choose the right woman, and she can either build you or destroy you. So you have to be very mindful of who you're dealing with in your interactions. They can
build you or break you.
So dealing with this time where we're in, people not knowing how to manage money, do things the right way.
Right.
It's too pivotal it's just too much for us to be separate like we are.
You know what? I got a question. Since all debt is technically fraud, like, what is the best way, from all my students listening to this, what is the best way to get rid of your student loan debt?
The best way I'm gonna tell you this.
Not real talk.
You can get it off of your credit report. You're not gonna be able to. You're still gonna owe it, but if you wanna remove it off of your credit report, well, it's two ways, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's two ways. See, because you making me go there. Okay, so you can actually rescind it because you don't have any signatures when you get approved for student loans. You don't have signatures.
And you know what else? You know what else?
You actually don't.
But you want to know what else is crazy
No, you
though?
actually don't.
When you look to call, I've noticed it was like when people look to call and say how much debt do I owe or how much like student loan do I have, it's like it's not like say nobody knows, but it's like they make it so hard for you to get in contact with someone to give you an actual amount.
Actual number
They're just
by
saying,
the penny.
Yeah, they're just saying you owe this, and I'm
You
like,
owe this.
owe that.
Well, and this is the thing about.
and then they froze, and then that was nothing too. When said Joe Biden, from what I
Oh, he-
understand, Joe Biden froze people's loans like that. You're not
he
going to pay back
did.
because of student loan forgiveness, but it's like that's still money that you owe. So now it's just sitting there, and you just sitting here like.
And it's been-
Oh, we can get into that.
And then it affects your DTI on the real estate side. When I'm saying
Yep.
let's go do this, you're like, well,
I have student loans and stuff like that.
That money
the
that you
debt
owe.
that debt to income ratio is kind of
Amen.
terrible because of that.
skewed. It's just
You can dispute it, or either you can rescind it. Now, if you rescind it, now all debt has this one thing: they're going to give you a receipt, or a coupon. But that coupon
Talk to him.
is going to have a positive, not a negative. So when you pay back your student loans, you're paying. No, you're paying them twice.
Yeah.
So okay.
Okay.
So look at your phone. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Look at your phone bill. Your phone bill says $200 something, but when you get a bill, it should say negative, correct?
Yeah.
It don't say negative. It say positive. Why are you paying something that's positive? How is that a debt? So you're paying double, and they just keeping your money.
that's different.
That's different.
different.
So,
No, it's
so you
crazy.
said what you do is you said that what they can do is they can send it,
Yeah, it's a right of rescission, but this.
write a rescission. So all my
but-
students
but
do
now-
your research. Y'all in school, y'all good at it. Do
But
your
now
research.
I guess the biggest thing, right, is are you willing to then go and do what it is that you have to do to then get it off? I guess, right?
Yeah, because it's gonna be
daunting.
It's gonna be a task.
And
Like,
yeah,
so-
and I think that's the thing. Like America, I think it was like either in the last episode we mentioned that was like if you want to hide something from a black man, where do you put it? You
in a
put it
In the
book.
book.
because not gonna read it.
Because like when I gave him the book, like the Fair Credit Act, the Truth in Lending Act, the Soldiers Act, the HIPAA Act, it's so many laws.
I know about the Soldiers Act.
We have to know the law
Yep.
to
to
abuse it.
to
No,
abuse
not
it.
stop playing that. We gotta
use
abuse
it.
the law.
The same way.
We got to.
Yeah.
We got to.
We finna make it a
abuse
fair playing ground. Come on, let's go.
No, for real though.
It's no. Listen, we're dealing with and I hate to say it like this. We dealing with people before we were here, and before they had slaves, they was killing each other.
Yeah.
They was killing each
Bingo.
other. So now
And then
we
they found. Okay.
they found us, and
Yeah.
guess what we're doing? We're mimicking them right now.
Yeah.
So I was watching.
Thank you.
I was
Thank
watching a podcast when he was saying, what we're gonna do with 40 acres and a mule or getting reparations. We can't get reparations right now because what they're gonna be like, you're gonna go in there, we gonna get the money back. Then all the hood niggas, they're gonna be like, oh, look, new sneakers, nigga. And they gonna get all the money and they gonna
Give it right back.
they gonna give it right back.
Prime example was the stimulus checks.
Yes.
Where'd it go?
Okay, and I'm glad you said, I'm sorry this thing went out, but I'm finna go ahead and give you
Yeah,
Man,
we gonna have to
I'm
come
finna-
back.
I'm finna
We
get-
gonna have to come back. Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
I gotta give you this raw right now for every black person that's in America. When we were in the pandemic, they gave you $1,200. This is the biggest slap in the face to us as a community. They gave us $1,200, everyone.
Must be nice, 'cause I didn't get mine.
But even if you didn't, all of the people in America, all you had to do was take $1, and we would have had 40 million.
Wow. That.
Do you understand that they gave us reparations 3 or 4 times and we never?
I got
y'all-
three. I got 3 of them, but they
Hey,
said I got
3 waves came. I got not one penny.
But
I just
they
wanna
said
let-
I still
third
got my
one back.
money. I still got the money. I ain't spending it yet.
I want to let you know 3 waves came out.
That's crazy.
Me didn't get
That's deep.
anything.
No, that's
I
deep
have
though.
never thought about it like that.
That's deep.
That's how bad they
But we
slapped
didn't-
us in our face.
But in addition to that, is because we're so big on I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that.
no,
but if
we
can't
so
yeah.
deprived. We listen. They created poverty for us so much that we are so stricken by it.
being consumers instead of
Being
producers.
we're the wrong type of consumer.
Consumers,
We're the
yeah.
consumers that purge everything. My daddy say, pardon my French, we got nigga pockets. every time we get money,
You spend it.
we gotta
Spend
spend
it.
it.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
There was a great episode today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure that you metabolize the information and you run with this and do your own research. And for the student loans, I highly recommend you guys hop on that and do what you can, do your due diligence to just completely erase that. Because I don't think it's fair for y'all to have a harder life than what you should be because you decided to go to school and better yourself. So if you took anything away from this video today,
Stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.
And learn the law
And
send them student loans back.
And also, for what I want to say on his behalf, for like the military side soldiers, E4s, junior lists, everything, I want everybody to please look into what he said, the Soldiers Act. I want everybody to please do their study on the Soldiers Act. 'Cause I didn't know that. Because the Soldier Act is where you send, like, if you have credit cards, anything like that, anything with an high interest rate, it's supposed to automatically send it down to 4%.
That's live.
So I want all my soldiers to please look in that. Because all them people got 18%, all that high interest rate, it can go down if you do look through the Soldiers Act.
Absolutely.
For service members.
That's
Absolutely.
different.
This is a very
For veterans like me, cut
Veterans too.
it out. You better. You're gonna have to dig deep, but you're gonna have to do some
You
work.
got to dig deep.
Yeah, this is very, 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 very dangerous information, ladies and gentlemen. So please sure that you take this and you run as far as you can with it. But without further ado, you guys have a great day.